Hello, everybody. This is a bit of a surprise. Nobody expected it, not even us. Today, today I have my friend Allison with me. She is one of the leaders on our team. I've had a lot of people ask questions about what my team is about what we do. Really, there are a lot of you out there that seem to be curious about working from home, and rightfully so. There's the more like business industry is moving toward working from home. But if you can get out of sort of like the hourly part of it and into making your own money and doing your own business, that is the way to go, right? But the only thing that holds us back from that is, is there something that's duplicatable? Is there something that works, that is a proven way to work? Or is it going to be like signing up with some company and then having to really reinvent the wheel and make it all happen on your own, which is beyond scary. So we just wanted to talk about how our team does it, because we don't do it anything like that. Our team completely like just basically serves everything up on a silver platter, makes things easy for you, and kind of just loves on you in the process, right? So Allison is, there's so many things to say about Allison. She is a mom. She's an extraordinary person in general. She's just very, very cool. She does a lot of research. She does a lot of like cheerleading and rah, and a lot of great ideas come out of Allison, and just really a team player, like really and absolutely a team player, a huge part of our team. And she is an executive right now, which you guys watching right now don't know what that means. But what that means is that she is the 4th level up. So she's already been promoted 3 different times in 10 weeks, right? 10 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So in 10 weeks, she's been promoted 3 times. She's now at executive, but it's very likely she's going to hit silver. So be promoted 1 more time by the end of the month. It's super likely she's going to hit silver. Now, you guys, even though you don't know what that means, it usually takes, and I always say usually in air quotes, because on our team, that doesn't ever actually happen. On our team, it's like lightning speed, but it usually takes 25 months to hit executive. And it took her, it took you what, 7 weeks, 8 weeks?
Yeah, it wasn't even 2 months.
Yeah. Crazy, right? And then, and to hit silver, I think it's like 2 years, 9 months or something like that to usually like to hit silver. Yeah. And she's going to hit it this month. So that's what our team does. That's what you're looking at here. This isn't, it's just not, the normal situation you would see in a team. And so much so that the company actually reached out to you. What did they say to you, Allison? So the company reaches out to you, and then Allison messages me and she's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Yeah. But what did the company say to you?
So they called me like 2 days ago, and I missed their call, and I didn't get their voicemail till the next day for some reason.
She's like, I'm busy, you guys.
I don't have time for this. And so at first, so my phone has like the option to, you can read your voicemail. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yep. Like where it'll like show you, but the translation's usually off a little bit. And so at first it said Hotel 1000. And so I was like, okay, this is probably one of those like scam phone calls, whatever. And so I almost deleted it. And then I was like, well, I'm going to listen to it. And I listened to it, and it was the corporate, and they were like, hey, we want to talk to you about the Dream 1000. You're like rocking it. I just really want to ask you questions. And so that's when I messaged you. I was like, oh my God, like what do I do? Because I've never been like recognized in any sort of fashion like that. And so when I called them back, I had to leave a message, and he called me back, a little bit of phone tag. And he was like, what are you doing? He's like, we have been watching you, and what is like, you're blowing up. What is happening? And I was like, I'm just doing what I'm told. Like, we have everything laid out, and if you follow the steps, it's that easy, you know? So he was like, hey, we want to do an interview with you. It's something that the whole entire company will see. We interview people who are like up and coming, and we've been watching you, and you're just like going and going. And I was like, sure, yeah, okay, great.
Yes, yes.
So
That's
yeah, that was
so.
fun.
So that's what's happening to people on our team.
Yeah, it is.
That's the. It's like real life. This is real life stuff, and we're all just sort of pinching each other and ourselves, and like, is this really real? Like this is stuff you see in movies, right? Like,
I literally was like, for a hot second in my head, I was like, are you calling the right number? Like, are you sure you have the right person? Because I've never, like, I've done different like side hustles before, but nothing has ever turned out the way that this has, and especially as quick as it has. And I've always, like, in those other side hustles, I've always heard the stories of like corporate reaching out for interviews and like getting to know you personally, but that was never me because I was never, advanced that far. And so the fact that it was now my turn, I was like, what?
yes.
Wait, what? So,
yes.
Yeah.
So deserving. So deserving of it. What would you say? Well, first of all, the first question I want to ask is, what made you want to join the team in the first place?
Well, I talked a little bit about it in my post today, that you made a post talking about what you had made in your first, I believe it was the first month, was it? And I was like, some side money would be nice. Like, I stay home. So Michael's, thankfully, he makes enough that I'm able to stay home with the kids. But there's times where it gets tight. And I'm like, it would be nice to be able to just relax and, whatever. But like I said, I've done this before. And so I was like, I don't know. And I read that and I was like, okay, it's Martha. I know Martha. She's not going to pull my leg. Like, right. she's going to be real. And so I was like, all right, give me the deets, girl. Let me know what's going on.
Right. Yeah. And so now the next question is, what were you most afraid of? Either before you joined, because we had conversations, right? Either before you joined or even right after you joined, because even right after you make the decision, it's almost even more so like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work? Right? Yeah.
What did I just do? Yes. So at first, well, I'm not very people-y. I don't like people. I mean, I'm not real well. I'm not a real people person. So, and I don't have a bunch of followers. I don't Instagram well. I finally realized that I've gotten to the point where I'm old because I didn't realize that people weren't really on Facebook anymore. They're more on Instagram. I have an Instagram, but I don't know how to use it. I just post pictures. That's pretty much it. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get people, because that's always how they ask you to start. Like, you just need a couple people to sign up and it'll take off. And I've tried that, and I've tried multiple times and it never did anything. And so that was my biggest fear, was I'm pretty sure I asked you, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Like, if I do this, and you said, you'll accidentally make some money. And I was like, okay, I can handle that being the worst possible outcome. So it was definitely, how am I going to get people to listen to me? Right. And the way that you taught us to do that, it works, obviously. And then after I signed up, I was like, oh crap, like, now I have to make this work, because I just spent money and I need to recoup that money, which I did in my first 2 weeks anyway. So it wasn't even a huge deal, but
it wasn't even immediate ROI. Just for you guys out there that don't understand, business or whatever. I do like business strategy and things like that as well. But for you guys that aren't like in the business world, a friend of ours actually just cited the other day that the IRS doesn't even expect you to make a return on your investment for your business. They don't expect you to turn a profit within the first 5 years. So to turn a profit in your business the first month, which means you didn't even spend that money, essentially. Like, right. That's you just made money immediately. Like, that's insane. And that's what people on this team are doing. Like, that's just insane. It's insane.
It is. It's crazy. I didn't expect it at all. And the fact that amount just keeps growing every month, all I
Yeah.
do is just share what I'm experiencing, and I somehow get to help people and make money at the same time. Like, okay. Like,
Right.
what? I don't, okay, sure, let's do this. Like, I was talking to Rachel today, about, like, we were talking about how next month's just going to blow up. We have all this stuff coming up, all these people who are like, yes, I'm doing it. I just have to, whatever their situation is. And I was like, I feel like May's going to blow up. And she's like, yeah, I can't wait. And then I sat there for a minute and I was like, I remember when I thought that about this month. So I was like, it's probably going to be an ongoing thing where we're like, next month's going to blow up. And then we get to next month and we're like, no, next month is going to blow up even bigger. And it's just going to keep going and going. And she's like, I can live with that. That's okay.
I can live with that. Yeah. And now, and it just, you get to new problems. And now it's like, how do I manage all of the people beneath me? But the coolest thing about our team is that we have a central management system, really, where everybody, like, it's not like everybody manages their own team. We all do that together, which is the coolest part about being on this team. It's like a little beehive. It's like a beehive.
It is like a beehive. That's what we just talked about before we came on, was like how I was nervous about the number of people on my team now and how I'm going to manage that. And I don't personally have to manage it, because we do have that centralized area where I can say, hey, go check this link out, go read this, go watch this video, whatever the case is that they're questioning. And then that frees my time up to talk to new people who want information or whatever it is. Maybe I need to go change my kid's butt. I don't know. Like, whatever it is that's happening, I now have time to do that.
Exactly. That's the awesome thing, is we have the resources already in place. You don't have to, and then we're continuing. We listen to where the needs are, and then we continue to build new resources as the needs come up. So we're not ever stagnant. We're always growing, and we're always thinking, and we're always seeing where different needs happen, which is why we're as good as we are, because we're all paying attention. It's not just me. It's not anybody, just one person thinking about all the things. It's a lot of us, and we're giving each other feedback, and we just keep getting better and better and better, and it's snowballing. And obviously the company already noticed. So,
obviously, yeah. I do think that that's the best thing out of all of this, is that you have been so open to the feedback. Most of the time you have like superiors or uplines who are like, no, I know what I'm talking about. This is, especially for you, because if you're marketing, you're like, I know what I'm talking about, but you've never come at it like that. If, someone on the team is like, hey, we noticed this, you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's fix it. Whatever we got to do. So I think that that's something that I shout you out for, that you're always open to whatever feedback we have. And I do believe that that's how we've continued to grow as our own brand.
Oh, man.
So
I'll take that. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's weird. We be killing it. And it's because of all of us, for sure. So when did you realize that this was different? So you said you had been in other companies before. When did you realize that this one was different?
I initially realized with our conversation, when you explained everything to me and how we were stacking and everything, I was like, well, duh, that makes sense. Why doesn't everyone do that? And so in my head, I was really excited, because I was like, yeah, like, this is totally doable. I can do this. And then because I joined in the middle of the month, so it was kind of a setback for me to join in the middle of the month versus the beginning, just because I didn't have a whole month to get into my groove. So it was probably halfway through March, which would have been my month mark, that I was like, holy crap, like, this is happening. This is working. And then now we're almost done with April, and I literally, it's like, I don't even have, like, when corporate like the fact that it's April. I joined February 14th, and corporate called me April, and they're like, what are you doing? You're blowing up. You're doing great. What is happening? This is crazy. Like, what?
Yes.
What? That's not even, what is that? That's like, it's 10 weeks. I wrote that post. It's 10 weeks. 10 weeks that it took for corporate. And how many, I don't know the answer to this, but how many people are there in this company? And for them to single me out Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yes. There hundreds of thousands.
Literally.
You're currently ranked at the top 6.62% of the
I
company.
know. Isn't that
And you're
crazy?
going to move within this month to a rank that's the top 2% of the company. Like that's
I don't do anything special. That's the thing that's mind blowing. I haven't done anything special. You guys, I stay home. I have 4 kids. I still do laundry and change poopy diapers. Like, I haven't done anything else but post 2 to 3 times a week saying how this juice has changed me, or how it's changed my family, or something that Martha has posted. Like, Martha had this happen to her, you guys, and that's all I do. And then people ask me questions and I answer their questions. That's it. That's all I do. And for this to be happening from just doing that,
yeah.
like,
yes.
Holy cow, all the emotions. Like, I almost had a mental breakdown in a good way, in terms of like, this is crazy that this is happening. This is my life now, that I'm what?
What?
I probably say what multiple times a day. Like, what is happening? How is this so crazy? But it is. It's life now, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
It's bonkers. And it's the best thing ever. And the thing that is so amazing is that, like, while we've sort of hacked being able to like stop the scroll or get people's attention so they understand that this stuff is actually going to work for them or going to be good for them. Because if you can't get somebody to stop the scroll, they'll never know how awesome they could feel, right? So that's the first thing, is the stopping the scroll. But after that, there are like 20 steps that we hit, which is the duplicatable thing that, like, okay, so you get their attention. All right, then the fear sets in. If you don't know what to do next after that, that's where you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to convert this person. Like, how do I get them to know they need this, yada, yada. How does that all happen? That's like, I think that's everybody. But that's the part where we've got a duplicatable process. Yeah. Like, we've created a copy and paste conversation, which isn't like a robotic conversation, but it's like a flow of pretty much what people would need to know, and like the flow of how that goes. So it's all already done for people. That's the awesome part, is that we can, I'm getting all loud and stuff now, but we can, right. I get a little passionate. We can bring people in confidently and tell them they'd be able to do X, Y, and Z in their first month if they only just follow the plan. As long as you have a system in place, all somebody has to do is follow the system, instead of having to make it their own or come up with their own stuff or whatever. They don't have to do any of that. They don't have to do any of that. Throw in your own personal flavor, but it's all there. You don't have to do anything. Right. All you have to do is,
because how
over and over,
115, 20 people, and all of us are doing it. All of us are doing it.
Yeah.
So it's
we have 200 people. We have 200. We just hit 200. Even more. 200 people in less than 4 months. This team is blowing up, y'all. Crazy. Up. So
just to touch on this, just to give an idea for anyone who's like, I've done different things before, side hustles, and I've never, done whatever it is that you're thinking. We've had this conversation a couple of times now. I've never had a team or a following or a group or whatever it's called, I wouldn't say more than 10 people. Okay. I've never had more than 10 people. And the fact that I'm now at 75, I don't get it. And the thing too is, I didn't look this number up. But last I checked, I'm pretty sure I was at like 40 just this month alone, maybe like 43, something like that. So it's not even the fact that I like gained a whole bunch and then stopped. Like, it's like continual. My goal was to be 50 this month, and I'm already at 75. So it just blows up. It just goes because it works. You don't have to think. Obviously have a conversation. Don't sound like a robot, like you're saying, but you don't have to think. You just do what you're told. We say do X, Y, Z, you do X, Y, Z, and then you get it. Like that's all you have to do.
That's really it. It's really it. People, whenever they realize that that's all that it is, they like their mind is blown. Like they get very, like the first one that they get signed up, like whenever they realize how easy it is. And it's like, oh, that does work. Like, well, yeah, it works. But the thing is like, we wouldn't be able to do this. Let me make sure that this is very clear. We wouldn't be able to do this if we did not wholeheartedly believe in the product that we're selling, okay? Because that is the true star here. The fact that this is changing lives in magnificent and just amazing ways is the reason that we can do any of this. Because I would venture to say that all of us, we wouldn't be able to sell stuff that we don't believe in. I think most humans by nature, if you don't believe in something, it's going to be very hard to sell that, right?
And to touch on that, I'm obviously a skeptic and need to know science as to why. Like I went through nursing school. I'm very much a sciencey person. Like tell me why this works. And so now that I've connected the dots and learned everything, that's why I can do it, because I know that it works. I know how cell structures work, and I understand why this works with this and what the antioxidants are doing. But my mom doesn't. And sorry, Mom, if you're watching, but I'm gonna talk about you for a hot second, because she is the biggest skeptic I know. She is literally the biggest skeptic I know. And I finally got her on board. Okay. She just started drinking this juice maybe a week, but day 4, she messaged me and she was like, what in the bleep is going on? Like, I feel better. I don't know what I can't say exactly what it is, but it's been 4 days. How is this even happening? And I was like, yes, this is why I do it, because you didn't believe me. You didn't think that was going to happen. And you're experiencing it. Like, this is why I do it. This is why, because it works. It works.
Because and it works for so many things, and we'll not get into that. If you want to know how it works, message us, right? I mean, we'll tell you.
We'll talk all day about it.
Right, exactly. But yes,
sorry, love you.
We both love you so much, and we're so glad that you feel awesome. And now let's help everybody feel awesome, right? And then we'll be in the process. Like, it's just win, win, win. There's no better way to do business other than everybody winning, right? Like, it's just perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in a year?
Okay, so when I started, my goal, because there was a chart that told me which level I hit, what the average income would be monthly, and I knew what that dollar amount needed to be for me. And for me, when I started, my goal was silver, which is what I'm potentially
about to be now.
Yeah. So
in 10 weeks.
In 10 weeks, right. So my entire goal out of all this, I was like, Royal Crown Diamond, which is the top of everything. I was like, that's cool, but haha, okay. Like, I read the numbers that you have to get to that, and I was like, okay, good job.
I don't even know how to say that number, right? Like, how does that even go?
I don't know. How many commas are in that? I don't know. So the fact that I'm already where I wanted to be in the end, I had to adjust my goals. So in a year, I would like to be, I don't think that I will be Royal Crown at that point, but I would like to be at least Diamond or Crown Diamond at that point.
Yes.
So
yes. And you know that you totally will.
Diamond, but I don't think that it will be a year. I think I'll take a little bit more. We'll say 15 months, 15 months, 18 months is a year and a half. Math's hard. 18
You don't need to math.
We'll say 18 months I'll be Royal Crown Diamond. But there
you go.
We're going.
There you go. And then we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you whenever you are Royal Crown Diamond, and we'll see how long it took you. And this will be a fun video to edit later to be like, and so what she said was, what really happened was.
Actually.
We'll do a Ron Howard voice in there too, like Arrested Development. She made Royal Crown Diamond in 3 months.
It was something. Something crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Royal Crown Diamond, you guys, like on the so there I on the income disclosure statement or something like that. I think Royal Crown Diamond is it 200 okay, I probably shouldn't quote it. I shouldn't quote it. Never mind. It's a lot of money.
About the monthly income?
Yeah.
142.
$142,000 a month is Royal Crown Diamond.
Average.
Our team, anybody that wants to be, listen up. Now that you just heard 142,000, was that it?
Yeah. Okay. 142 or 144,000.
Okay.
Average.
142 to 144. Our team always levies above address or
we'll say this: the average
tracks above
executive is 500 a month, and I'm already at 12. So
yeah,
there's that.
So we always track above average anyway.
Yeah.
But the average for Royal Crown Diamond, $142,000 to $144,000 a month.
A month,
okay,
not a year, a month.
A month. Okay, imagine what you could do with that. And it's not funny money. It's not like play, what if I make this, what if I don't? You see what's happening. You see we are growing so fast. Everybody that's going to, everybody that's on our team is going to be able to do this if you want. You only have to want it. Everything else is done for you. All you have to do is want it. It's amazing, you guys. So, okay, last question, because I don't want to take all night. Plus, I need to eat dinner. Food. Yeah, food. Right. Sometimes I could just eat this passion, right? That's weird. So, what would you say to someone thinking about joining our team?
Do it. Just do it. It's changed my and my family's lives already 10 weeks in. If the contest were to end now, I'm going to Hawaii. Like, I don't have to pay for any of that. I am going to Hawaii for free. Mm-hmm. And I get spending money while I'm there. And I get a whole bunch of just goodies of everything. And like, that's just one thing. That's just one thing. You just heard the money aspect, right? There is insane, stupid amounts of money that you can make, that anybody can make, because we hacked the system. We broke the code. We figured it out, and we've made it so that anyone can do it. You just, like you said, you just have to want to do it. So just put your fear. What is it? Tuck it and it?
Yeah, I said something once. It was in a private conversation.
It's true. Okay. It's true.
It rhymes with tuck.
But just take your fear and your doubts, and your ego is going to try to tell you that you can't do it and that there's no way that you should be able to do this because no one else can do it, right? That's what you're going to hear. Mm-hmm. I can't do this. I can't do this. So-and-so can do it because of X, Y, Z, and I don't have that, so I can't do it. And the truth is that's not true. It's not true. Your mind is trying to tell you that, and it's not true. You have to just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. What do you have to lose? And there's two things that I want to mention here. Man, I'm just getting crazy. There's two things I want to mention here. And one of them is something that's an extreme like passion point for me. And that's for our kids to see us doing stuff like this. Because our kids are looking to us to see what, oh man, don't cry, Martha. Our kids are looking to us. I talk about kids and I cry, you guys. Our kids are looking to us to see, listen to me here. Our kids are looking to us to see what is possible, to see what can be real. Breathe through it. What can be real for them? Okay. What can be real for them? And it's great for us to make the money and to take the trips and to like all of this excitement that goes with like this business, because we really do have an exciting team. We all love on each other. It's just a fun place to be. But aside from that, we're also showing our babies, we're showing our kids, this is what you can have. This is what your life can be like.
And not only that, like what you can do to help other, like if you're making that much money, think of all of the good, all of the paying it forward you could do,
Yes.
I told Michael that when that is me, I'm going to call all of the elementary schools in our district and pay all of the lunches so that none of them are negative and they all have a good balance. Like that is, think of being able to do that for anything that you want to do.
Anything.
Literally
Oh
anything.
man. See, that's
And
the
to show your
stuff.
child that you can do that and that's how life should be. That's how it should be. We should all have each other's backs. We should all be able to help one another, and to be able to show that and say, yes, we can do that is just.
Yeah. We don't have to complain about a broken system. No. We can fix it within ourselves. Yeah. We make the money so we can give back, and we can fix the community. We can fix the world ourselves and not have to worry about a broken system or anything. We don't have to complain about stuff. We can just fix it ourselves. Exactly. What was the other thing I wanted to say? So the, I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
You were talking about showing kids stuff, and then I interrupted you.
There was the showing kids, and then there was something else. It's okay. I don't remember it. We'll come back to it later. I don't know. We said a lot. So
we did. All the things.
Okay, cool. Well, Tanya said, I live every day for my kids to see that you can live your life on your terms. Absolutely. Melissa, yes, take the limits off and show them that the norm doesn't have to be the norm. You guys, this is what we're doing. Yeah, Chantal said anyone can do it. Anyone can do it, right?
Literally like anyone.
It for the people that might be watching and are like Allison in the beginning, where she didn't feel like she had an audience, and why are people going to listen to me? Because we talk a lot about like results and health and wellness and stuff, and we're not doctors. Like, we do have doctors on our team. We have Chantal, we have people on our team that are experts that bring it, right? And it's awesome to have them, but we're not all doctors. What we do is we share our lives. We share our real life and what is happening to us. And then other people are like, hey, I want that too. And we're like, I want that for you. And then we just have the conversation. And then there's like the copy and paste stuff that you don't even have to think about, right? Like, it's just, everything is done for you. You can have this life. There's no actual limitations on you whatsoever. None.
Just you.
So
just yourself.
It's most people get in their own way, and it's not your fault. It's because we were raised to get in our own way. We were raised to be scared of everything. We were raised to don't do this, don't do that, be safe. And in order to be safe, sometimes you give up those things that could have really made you extraordinary, right? In order to be safe. Does safe feel good sometimes, right? Like, and is safe, the other philosophical question would be, is safe really even safe? Like, right. is in the world that we live in at this point, what is safe, right? I think being financially secure in an independent way that you make your income, I think that's safe. I think something that's safe is something that's dependable, and not like, is my company going to close tomorrow? This company's been around for over 25 years. We're good. We're not going anywhere.
We're good. We're solid.
Right. Exactly. So I'm not going to keep blabbering on, but I want to see if anybody has said, there were lots of people that said stuff. I'm sorry I missed your guys' comments earlier. But yeah, that's all that I had for you. Did you have anything else, Allison, that you wanted to say?
I don't think so. I just wish everyone got out of their own way so that they could do this, because truly anyone can do it and everyone can do it. So step out of your own way and just have faith that Martha knows what she's talking about, because it worked. It works. It has worked for 200 plus people that are on her team. So just.
Yeah. In less than 4 months. You guys, like, that's not 200 people over the course of 5 years. No. It's 200 people in less than 12 weeks.
Yeah.
No, 16, math, right? Less than 16 weeks. And the first month, you guys, the first month was just me trying to figure out what in the world I was doing. Because the first month we didn't have any resources, because I made the beginning parts of these resources from the things that were working for me. That's how they're proven. That's how we know that they work. So I made resources based out of the things that worked for me. But that first month I was finding out what was working for me, right? So 4 weeks of that was really just me kind of stumbling through the dark, wondering, man, there's something here. Let me get this together. Let's get this together. And then Allison came in pretty much right as the wax, the ball of wax was starting to be formed. And then Rachel came in, and then Chantal came in. Everybody started gravitating to this thing. And now it's become sort of like this living organism.
Are you like making a snowman right now?
Like Frozen. I feel like what's that Marvel guy, Mr.
I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
He's got an F. It's not fantastic. Is it fantastic? Somebody tell me. Somebody comment.
Someone answer.
Someone answer that. But he's like the doctor. He was a doctor.
How fitting. Of course he was.
And then he went through portals. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so that's all that we have for you. We're definitely trailing off at this point. So everybody have an awesome night. If you have any questions at all, message either of us or message whoever sent this video to you. Because if this is in the future, message whoever sent this video to you. If you're watching this video and you're wanting to join, make sure that you are on Martha Krejci's team. I always say that because I'm afraid that if this video gets sent out to people that are not on our team, that you will have not the experience that we just described. Because that's only existent in our team.
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure that somewhere Martha Krejci is involved. Okay. Are you on Martha Krejci's team? If they say yes, you're good. And yeah, that's all we have. And we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.